No, baby. Sure, baby. Love you. Hello there, welcome to my channel. My name is Sherifat and I'm based in Nova Scotia in Canada. On my YouTube channel, I just share my personal experience about life here in Canada. Also, I do a bit of immigration because I'm a regulated Canadian immigration consultant and RCIC. At Green Tulips, to help you with your study applications to come to Canada, for tourist visas, work permits, permanent residence, school admissions. So if you need any of those services, please hook up with us at Green Tulips Immigration Consulting Services Incorporated. I'll be more than happy to assist you with any of those, okay? If it's your first time on here, I welcome you and I thank you very much for stopping by on my channel. Thank you so much. I hope you find it worthwhile here. If you are an oldie, thank you for coming back to watch another of my videos. I really do appreciate it, okay? In this video today, I'm talking about how things have changed in Canada. It's no news that a lot of things have changed. I came to Canada about 7 years ago, and honestly, comparing then and now, things that have changed, like they've taken like geometric, progression. Things have really changed. If I'm to even compare, I don't even compare like 7 years and now, like directly like that. I'm talking about say 3 years ago, even 3 years ago. Things have changed between the past 2 years and now, right? And I thought that it's a good one to talk about that. And this video is not to put fear in you or to make you scared about coming to Canada, because the truth is, this is what I do for a living. I bring people to come to this country for a better life, better education, better work-life balance, better opportunities for job and things like that. So I'll be the last person to scare you about coming to Canada, because this is what I do for a living. I want to come to Canada and have a better life. But the truth is, things have really changed. Like, it has really changed. In this video today, I'm talking about 4 areas that I've seen significant changes in. Not really like positive changes. Honestly, things have been a bit challenging in these areas I'll be mentioning. Okay, so let's get into it. And this video is not to scare you, like I said before. It's more like to educate you, inform you, so even if you don't come to the country, you know what it is you're coming to face and coming to meet, than thinking, oh, it's all rosy and all of that, and then you come here, you meet something different on ground. Okay, so first of all is job opportunities. So even 7, 4, 3, 2 years ago, it's not like you just sleep and wake up and you get a job. No, there are things you have to do to be able to get a job. Like, you have to like apply for opportunities, apply for various vacancies, go for interviews, do a lot of things that normal like people do really everywhere in the world to get a job. But the effort people put in now is much more than what we used to put in back then. Back then, 7 years ago, 2, 3, 4 years ago, the most challenge people had was not having an opportunity in their own field. Like, for example, somebody in IT or in law or in engineering, not having an opportunity in their field. Maybe more like they have to go through the licensing journey again, or they have to get experience. It's a new country, so things are different, right? That's the challenge people had back then. But now, even jobs we used to consider as survival jobs back then are even hard to get these days. Like jobs like say customer service, admin jobs, care jobs, even cleaning jobs have become hard to even get. Like, it's really like, it breaks my heart what people go through these days to be able to make ends meet, right? So if you are coming here, please be prepared that you have to do double the work we used to do back then to get a job. It's not business as usual. Before now, people even used to get a job from their own country. Like people say, I got a job from Nigeria, from Ghana, from this country, from that country, while in their country of origin, they got a job in Canada. Even those people that have landed here, attending interviews. I'll give an example of my brother. My brother came 2 months before his school started, because I wanted him to come, get familiar with the environment and things like that. So I didn't start looking for a job. Like, I don't because as a student to start with, you can't start working until you started your program. So even if you come 2, 3, 4 months before your program, by law, you're not allowed to start work until you start your program. So please note that if you're a foreign student here. So I'm talking about international students now. Like back then, there were like jobs that we used to call like survival jobs, cleaning jobs, care jobs, healthcare, admin, customer service, and things like that. Even those ones are hard to get. Like I didn't allow my brother to start looking for a job until like few weeks before he started school. I'm like, worst case scenario, like in a couple of weeks you get a job when you apply. Hey, he applied. Even me, I have to submit applications like different places. Be as a job now to the glory of God, but I know how much effort we had to put in to getting a job. Back there, people would say just submit your resume on LinkedIn, on Indeed, on this, that. These days, people go like in person to submit their resume, their CV to stores, to employers, looking for a job. Are you looking for? Do you have a vacancy? People go that far. Like it's not more business as usual. My point here is you have to do double the effort. So if you are just still in your bedroom or your living room submitting your resume to employers, I'd recommend you do much more. Go in person, ask for referrals, talk to people around you who are looking for a job. Is there a vacancy in your employer? Talk to people, network. So these days referrals work a lot. People get to refer you. Oh, I have somebody looking for a job. They refer you to their manager, or to their supervisor, and things like that. So my point here is it is no more business as usual. You have to like up your game, right? So that's that. And the truth is, without a job here, life can be very, very frustrating. Whether you're a PR here or a student, we all have bills to pay. So please take that as an advice that I would recommend that before you even leave your home country, start submitting your resume, applying to people, to different places. When you come again, start going in person if you can. Just don't relax. That's my point here.
Let me just add this thing that I thought to add. I was recruiting for a co-op student. Co-op is like internship. So like we have IT in Nigeria. So I have a need for an IT like a co-op student in Green Tulips. So I was recruiting for some students from Dalhousie. I got about 8 students to interview. And I told you that the person I'm eventually going to pick went above and beyond. She had read the job description, so during the interview it was more like she was ready for me. Some of the applicants, I asked them, so have you read the job description? They're like, I've read it but not very well. They tell me again what it is. You don't go for an interview like that. So some people already shoot their self in the foot. No employer wants to employ you if they don't say that you are willing to contribute. Somebody I interviewed was telling me, oh, he's an international student. He came here like he said last year or something like that. Was asking me, hey, so how will he become a PR? He left the job interview. I was asking me how I'm going to become a PR. That person, even if he was going to do a good job for Great Tulips, the fact that he came up with his own need was like a no for me. The person I'm eventually going to choose is a lady. This lady went above and beyond. She answered my questions very correctly. She even went sent me an email, a message on LinkedIn to say, oh, thank you for interviewing me, blah 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 blah. Like, she's the only one that did that. I was even looking for somebody to even do that. But you see how people are going above and beyond. Don't just stay at the interview and say, they will call me. Reach out to the recruiter and say, thank you for interviewing me. I look forward to hearing from you. I really love to work for your company. Just devise means really to stay on top of the game, okay? And I pray it works out well for you.
Another area that I've seen significant change in is housing. Hey, two things in that area. One is the availability of the house, and then the affordability of the house. There are no much houses. In Canada, nationwide, there's housing crisis. That's one. Being able to even afford the one you see is another problem. So even if you find a house, it's most likely like above your budget. I'll give you an example of what used to happen 7, 6, 5, 4 years ago. When we came in 7 years ago, the building we lived at, They used to have like different promos. They can say pay 1 month to get 1 month free, just to make you get that house, because there are many houses that you can choose from. Some will say if you refer a tenant, you get a bonus. Some will say if you refer a tenant, you get some credits towards your rents. Like there were that offers back then. Now, to even see a house to rent is a problem. You would think it's the bigger cities, the bigger provinces that have this issue of housing, even in smaller provinces, even in our small Nova Scotia, in Halifax. People now rent, like pay almost double of what people would normally pay for, say, 1 bed, a 2 bed. People are paying double the price. People are even offering landlords to pay them 3 months, 4 months, 6 months. I was talking to somebody today, one of my friends, that somebody offered them 1 year rent. They own a house, they're looking for a tenant. When they put up the advertisement, that people that came for that house was there were many. Some were offering them 6 months rent, 1 year rent, just to be able to get that house from them. This is what happens everywhere, right? It's like it's really, really like it makes me sad to see newcomers go through this. So people have been in Airbnb, in hotel, paying so much money because there's no house for them. So if you're coming to Canada, if you have your visa already, if you have like say a couple of months, by all means start looking for a house. Even if it's 4 months before you are coming, start looking for house, start looking for opportunities, start looking for vacancies. And there are a couple of websites you can go to. We have Kijiji, there's Facebook Marketplace, there's Google. Go on Google, go look up on the internet, ask your friends if they have, if they know of any openings anywhere. Just do what you can really to get an apartment for yourself ahead of time. Don't just say you want to land and then come and start looking for a house. Start looking for as long as you have the time to. Okay, there's also like a bidding war where somebody will say, oh, might have an apartment and it's for say $1,000, and somebody will say, oh, I'll pay $1,020, put in extra money. Please don't get caught up with that. Don't offer what you cannot sustain, because I mean, if a landlord has said that he or she wants a particular amount, don't offer more just because you want to get a place. How are you sure that you're going to be able to sustain that rent? You don't even have a job yet. Maybe even if you have a job, there are other things you need money for, right? There are also other bills that you need money for. So don't get caught up in the bidding war and begin to offer landlords more than what they're asking for. Okay, that I wouldn't even recommend that at all. I know that you're looking for a house. I know in fact, you are desperate. You have been, somewhere, but I don't think that it's sustainable to offer more than what the landlord is offering.
The next thing I talk about is the prices of food and groceries. I have no idea how we are coping in this country called Canada. How are you all coping if you live in this country? I know that it's not like only Canada that we have this issue of inflation, but man, I live in Canada, so I'll talk about Canada. The price of things have skyrocketed. I go to a store today and buy an item for say X amount of money. The next week, that item has gone up by 20 or 30% extra. No jokes, guys. Like, it's that bad. Like, really, really serious. So for that, what I do is I buy things in bulk when they're on sale or when there's a deal. For example, tomatoes and peppers. Even before inflation, even before this issue of we have like high price of things, for the past couple of years I've been doing this, and honestly I would say it's been a lifesaver. You'll be surprised how much you save, on tomatoes and peppers when you buy them in bulk. Another one is your proteins, like your meat, your chicken, your fish. I also like to buy in bulk as well. That saves us money. That's, aside from saving you money, it also saves you time going in and out of your store to buy pepper every now and then, or to buy meat. When you buy in bulk, I know that buying in bulk is also a privilege. I'll also admit that. Alhamdulillah for that. Because if you don't have money to buy in bulk, that's where the problem lies. So if you have money to buy in bulk, it does help you in the long run, right? And if you can also save up, we know that these deals come at a particular time in the year. If you are aware of it, you can save up towards that time of the year and begin to save and say, oh, when this time comes, I'm able to buy, this amount of things when they're on sale, right? Than spending so much more over time, over time, in the course of the year. Okay, so things like your pepper, your things that you can buy in bulk when they're on sale, it will save you a lot of money in the long run. Another way I've also decided to help ourselves in terms of spending not so much is avoiding food wastage. You know how you have things in the freezer, you don't even know, you keep buying more until the one you bought before expires, or maybe it got spoiled. So that's what I do is I check my freezer. Do I need this thing? Do I have it? My kids too do not waste. Like, even before now, I try not to waste food. Like, I'm against food wastage. Sometimes all this, oh, this thing has been in the freezer, it's no more good, let's trash it. We have to minimize that. Like, you have to look for ways, consciously look for ways to mitigate against waste, against buying things in duplicates, against just wasting generally, in total. That would help you. Another thing I do is my kids snacks, I don't put everything bam in the pantry anymore. Before, I'll put everything, when they finish it, that's fine, I burn it down. But now I portion it. If you guys finish this one for the week, that's it. The next week on, I'll not bring it out until it's that next week. If you like finish the one for my daughter's looking at me. If you like finish the one for this week, you not until the next week comes before you get another one. That's what I've been doing, and it's been working, guys, because these kids, they have no idea what inflation they're talking about. It's what they say they will eat. So now I don't put everything in the pantry anymore. I put it according to our need for that week, and it's been helping me, honestly, in that area. So just not to cheap that. I mean, just look for ways on your own that you think you can save costs, avoid waste, and just, because honestly, all these few dollars here, these extra dollars, extra cents, they'll go a long way.
There's something I'd like to add, about saving on food that works for me and my family is cooking in bulk. I love cooking. I love cooking for my family. I'm not a fan of eating out like regularly. I mean, once in a while we do eat out like for a treat and things like that. But normally I like to cook in bulk. That way there's no temptation, there's no reason to order food on a regular basis. This takes a lot of time, no doubt. Thanks to my family members though, who helped me with some prepping. I made this over this weekend, yesterday and today. Today is Sunday, so I started making this yesterday afternoon. I made some yesterday and then I finished up this morning, so afternoon. This saves me a lot of money, time, effort, and stress. I made fried rice, jollof rice, there's plantain, there's gish dodo, there's shawarma wrap sauce, there's chicken stew, fish stew, meat, corned beef stew. I mean, I just make this on a regular basis. I make different things every time I do bulk cooking, you know. So when it's time to eat, just bring it out, warm it, and we are good to go. Aside eating saving you money. You're also healthy. I mean, when you cook yourself, you know where you're cooking, you know how hygienic it is and all that. I made ogbono, vegetable soup, and the likes. It saves money, time, effort. In my own opinion, aside from inflation, this is what has been working for me for many, many years. And thankfully that we have good power supply here. So you're able to put this in the freezer or fridge and they still, taste as good as it was made when you warm it up in the microwave. I mean, for me, just to keep that in. If you need come here, you can try that. Maybe not this large, maybe not this much at once, because it takes time. But I mean, once in a while, do bulk cooking and see how it goes for you. For me, it's a lifesaver.
Then the fourth one I'll talk about is lifestyle generally. So I've talked about job opportunities, I've talked about housing, I've talked about food and some other things as well. Like, for example, just like other bills, just sit down. If, for example, you don't watch Netflix, you don't need to have like premium Netflix, reduce the cost. Maybe your phone plan, you don't need this amount of data that they've given to you, reduce it. Maybe you have Wi-Fi in your house, you don't even need a lot of internet outside the house, reduce it. Maybe maybe you have cable and you don't even watch the cable TV, take it off. Maybe there's something that you are paying for, maybe Amazon Prime, anything at all, really. Just sit down, be intentional, write down what you are spending money on as against to how you're using that thing. You see all these $5, $10, $20, when you add them together, they go a long way. So be intentional about what you're spending honestly. I'm a planner. Even aside from this inflation thing, I've always been a planner. Like, the money I don't have, I don't spend. Even though we live in a credit system, just general things, just look ways. Like, if you are planning a vacation next year, start getting points that you can use to buy your tickets. If you are looking to travel next year, start looking for things that you can look for deals. Don't just like buy things when they are like in season. Look, if you have to like go to like a thrift store to buy your winter jacket, by all means go and buy it there. If you have to go to like a thrift store to reduce costs, like, don't. Another thing I also talk about, like a bonus thing I talk about, is live within your means. Whether as a newcomer or as an old comer who have been here for years, live within your means. Don't say, somebody is doing this, I must do. You don't know how they are earning their money. Some people have other streams of income. Some people have tenants. Some people have investment that they are making money from. You don't even know. Don't say person XYZ is doing this, I must do this. No, we have no idea about their finances. So just cut your coat according to your size, according to your material. Okay? But as a newcomer, don't get everything they offer you. You say, oh, come and get this credit card, come and get this service. As a newcomer, be careful. Also, another thing I also talk about is, as a newcomer, whether you're a PR or a student, ensure that you're looking for deals that that they have for newcomers. For example, your banking needs. Ask your bank, do you have deals for newcomers? Your phone bills, do you have deals for newcomers? Your internet thing, ask that you have I'm a newcomer, do you have a discount price? Do you have a deal for this? There's always something you can avail yourself of as a newcomer. Please don't sleep on it. Also, for your kids, like maybe they do swimming or soccer or things, that there are programs that the government has or individuals have that they can sponsor your kids, or maybe like apply for funding for these activities. Just ask for information. Don't say because you're new here, you can just ask. They say that a person that asks for information for the way for direction of the road will not get missing. So don't be shy, don't be pompous, don't feel proud. Be open to learn. It's a new environment for you. Learn. So come down and learn. Look for information, seek for information, ask for advice from people who know. Also be careful. You also get for advice as well. So in summary, I've talked about job opportunities. Start looking for opportunities ahead of time. Don't just do the conventional job search. Go from door to door if you have to do that. Ask people for referrals. Ask them, do you think they are recruiting in your office? Can you submit my resume for me? Can you refer me to your manager? Just be vocal about your search for job. Another one that I talked about is housing. Start looking for housing ahead of time. Don't wait until like you come to the country. Start looking for house, and also be open to opportunities. Be open to also shared apartments. For example, if you are a single person, look for somebody else that can share with in the meantime to cut costs. Don't do more than yourself. Another one is cost of food and groceries. Look for deals. There are a lot of sales. Compare prices. Like, do price match. Don't just buy in one store. Look for price. All those extra $1, $2, they will go a long way in the long run, honestly. And that what I talk about is lifestyle. Like, curtail your expenses. Don't like make a list of your wants and your needs. We all want something, but do you need it? That's the question here. Go for what you need. When you have excess, we can then go for what you want. If you think, how much dollar? It's just like $10 here, 5 here, 3 here. If you add up together, it adds up to something good. So again, I'm not saying this to scare you from coming to Canada. People, even 7 years ago, I'm saying, things we don't this are bad. We had things we are also facing as challenges. So there's never a time there will be challenges. Maybe the gravity, the intensity might vary, but there's never a time you come to a new place that you not find your own fear of challenges. So don't let all this discourage you or deter you from saying you come to Canada. If it's your wish to come here, by all means come. Just get prepared. Know what you're coming to meet. Be open to learning. Don't be closed-minded. Just be open, and I pray that this country does you good. Don't be discouraged. Keep searching. That job will come your way. that house will come your way. You'll find your fit in this country. Practice, they say, makes perfect. As you live here, as you learn, as you see how people do things, you begin to get better in your dealings, in your way of life here, and by God's grace, you do well in this country. Thank you for watching my video to this point. I hope you learned a thing or two. I really do appreciate it. Thank you so much, and I hope that the country benefits you in wonderful ways. I hope Canada blesses you and your family. I pray you don't have any regrets coming to this country by God's grace. Thank you very much for watching. If you've been here for a couple of years and you see a newcomer, please reach out to them, see how you can help them in one way or the other. I pray that all of us will find our feet in this country and thrive, really. Thank you very much for watching this video. I really do appreciate it. Thank you. Bye.